Hello, everybody. I'm Matt. I'll be your host and winemaker from 11 Winery. And welcome to our week one of Taste Washington virtually. Uh, Taste Washington, as many of you know, is a massive wine festival, and the grand tasting takes place in Seattle at the Questfield Event Center. Or maybe it's got some other name. I never know what that place is going to be called one year to the next. Anyway, imagine thousands of people in a room together drinking wine. It's hard to imagine, isn't it? Anyway, um, Taste Washington has gone virtual this year, and so during the month of March, each week we'll be featuring a different wine and a different food pairing to go with that wine. And week one for the entire state of Washington, all the wineries, is Cabernet Sauvignon. So we have a fantastic recipe to go with our Cab Sauv. The theme was Cab Sauv and casserole, which is challenging. I think that the brilliant minds over at Washington State Wine had the idea to set us a particular challenge. But we came up with a recipe for seared short ribs, which is amazing. And you can check out the recipe on our socials, along with a video of how to make it. And wow, I wish I had been there because it looks so good. So, additionally, for Taste Washington, we are doing um, 2-for-1 tastings in our tasting room. So, come into our tasting room, mention Taste Washington, and you get 2 tastings for the price of 1. Um, and this week only, Cabernet Sauvignon, the featured wine of the week, is 11% off. Of course, if you are a member of our wine club, you get free tasting and 20% off. So, come on down for the Taste Washington discounts, but stay for the wine club discounts. Um, so, anyway, we're not really here to talk about Taste Washington. We're here to taste wine. Um, so, and just because you're staying home and staying safe does not mean that you have to stay sober. Um, I'm living proof. So let's get into some Cab Sauv. So the wine that we have today is 2018 Cabernet Sauvignon. And this is from Arts Vineyard on Red Mountain. Um, Red Mountain is kind of the epicenter of Washington State Cab Sauv. It's got some of the highest heat units in the state, meaning high temperatures, really great growing conditions for Cab Sauv. And this bottle is our BWA, series BWA, stands for Better with Age or Bordeaux with Attitude. And most of our wines, in fact, little secret, something like 95% of wine is consumed within 3 hours of purchase. Buy it at the grocery store, take it home, open it up, drink it. That's the way it happens. And winemakers know this. And so they make wines that are ready to go as soon as they hit the grocery store shelf. Straight out of the winery to the grocery store, into your glass. And if the wine doesn't taste good in your glass, you're not going to buy another one. So it's made to be ready to drink. The historic tradition does not always match up with that because there weren't always grocery stores. And so and there weren't always like modern winemaking techniques that make it possible to make wines that are delicious right away. So, there are wines that will continue to improve with age, and this is one of those wines. So, on purpose, we make this wine to improve with age, which means it has more acid, a little more tannin, and other things that give the wine structure that help it to improve with age. It might be a little rough, when it's first released. But over time, those rough edges will smooth out, and the wine becomes really lovely. So this is the 2018. Hey, Ted. I see Ted on Instagram. I just found out that you moved to Florida, Ted. What the heck, man? Anyway, we'll miss you. Ted's a longtime wine club member and volunteer at the winery. Not so much anymore with the volunteering part. In any case, this is a wine, Cabernet, famously from Bordeaux, has lots of tannin. Great wine for aging. and this is a wine in that tradition. So, so if you've got a young one like this one, 2018, we bottled this last June. So it's been in the bottle for a good 9 months anyway. Um, I'm doing math in my head really fast, as fast as I can. Sorry if I get that wrong. Don't write. Send emails to club@11winery.com. Thank you. Um, so if you've got a young Cabernet, you want to let it breathe for a while. My favorite way to let a wine breathe is to plan ahead to the next day. That's the hard part. The rest of it's easy. Pull the cork out, get a little tiny bit of air gets into the bottle, stick the cork back in, set it back on the counter, wait till the next day, and the wine will be perfectly aerated the next day. Failing that, you get a little aerator that introduces lots of teeny little bubbles into the wine as you pour it. Or, if you don't have one of those, just pour the wine from up high, let it splash into the glass, pour it straight down so it splashes in the glass. The point is to get some oxygen into the wine, because wine is like a living thing. So there's ongoing chemical reactions in the bottle, but it's sealed up. Air can't get in. And so it's just like a person. Like if you hold your breath after a minute or two, you start to feel kind of funny, and your wine will start to taste kind of funny, and it needs some time. In fact, a little teeny amount of air does get into the bottle past the cork, which is kind of part of the miracle of cork. But when the wines are young, it's not quite enough to keep up with those reactions that are happening. So it needs a little bit of time to take a breath and relax. And so it's important to let it breathe for a little bit. And if you get a bottle of wine, you think, oh, I'm really looking forward to this bottle of wine. Heard a lot about it. I've had it before. It's supposed to be really good. It's from a reputable producer. Cost $20+, and you pour the first glass, and you're like, this is really not what I was hoping for. Then chances are, if you let the wine breathe for a little while, maybe even like come back the next day, like pour one glass, put the cork back in, come back the next day, it'll be so much better. So make sure you give those wines a chance. This wine, like I mentioned, is 2018, so it's young, showing really nicely. This was a bottle that we opened yesterday, and it just had a little bit poured out of it. So it got a chance to breathe overnight, showing really nice. And like I mentioned, this fruit's from Red Mountain, which is at the very eastern end of the Yakima Valley, just west of the Tri-Cities. It's on it's actually kind of a northwest facing slope. So it gets the late afternoon sun in the summertime. And it's from Arts Vineyard, which was planted, let's see, this is from 25-year-old vines. So they've got some nice maturity to them. It's lovely stuff. If you've gotten this far in the video, I have a secret for you, which is that we have a very special offer. I don't know if this offer is active yet, but stick this in your pocket, and you'll find out. You'll hear soon, because we just worked out the details on this today. But at the end of the month, we're going to do a private virtual tasting with me and 11 of you. And so what you'll do is and we're going to taste all the wines together. We're all going to have them that we're tasting this month. So you order the 6-pack, and you'll get it shipped to your home, or you can come pick it up if you're local. And you pay the extra $20 for the private virtual tasting with me. And on April 1st, the Thursday, no joke, we're going to do a virtual Zoom tasting for me and you. And I know you're thinking, Matt, you said 6 wines, but there's only 5 Mondays in March. Very astute, dear viewer. So we have 5 of these social media live tastings where we're going to taste each of the 5 theme wines for Taste Washington. And then the sixth wine is going to be a special sneak preview, pre-release wine. Um, uh, that I'm not going to tell you right now, but you'll find out because we're doing the bulk of our white and rosé bottling middle of this month in just 2 weeks. Um, yes, I held up 4 fingers to indicate 2 weeks, and so then we'll have some new vintages to share with you. So there will be a sixth wine in there that we'll get to taste that none of the rest of the people will get to taste. So lucky you. So look out for that. Let's see. What else did I want to say about this? Just delightful. 2018 was a really nice, very moderate vintage, great balance in the wine. And one other thing about the virtual tasting. So, and you know, you're probably thinking, oh, now I don't know if you guys can see. There's like a glass out of this bottle, and we're probably not going to drink the rest of this one tonight. So, like, how are we going to save that wine for tomorrow? And if we do a virtual tasting with you guys, and we open 6 bottles of wine, and you know you don't have 12 people over, so you're not going to finish 6 bottles of wine. Like, what are you going to do with all those bottles of wine? You get your soda stream, and if you don't have one, I'm telling you now so that you can go get one. Get a soda stream, and so you get your soda stream, and it's got a little little needle where carbon dioxide comes out for making bubbled water, and you put that into the top of your bottle just a little bit. You go psh, chase all the air out of your bottle, stick the cork back in, keeps perfectly. So that about does it for me for today. If you are fortunate enough to have been enjoying a glass of our fine Cabernet Sauvignon, congratulations. And I will see you next Monday when we'll be tasting another wine, which I don't remember which one it is, but it's going to be great. The wines for the month are Syrah Prima Donna, which is our Syrah co-fermented with Viognier, and our Roussanne, and the La Donella, and another one to be announced soon. So, thanks you guys for joining me. Just remember, it doesn't matter if your glass is half full or half empty. There's room for more wine. Take care, and we'll see you soon.